Honorable Annette Clinton, Leader of the Opposition, Member for the Marigot constituency, Leader of the United Workers' Party, Tim Dominica, Incoming Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Ghana. Honorable Joshua Francis, Member for the Roses South constituency and Deputy Leader of the United Workers' Party, Tim Dominica. Other members of Parliament of the Parliamentary Opposition, other candidates of the United Workers' Party, Tim Dominica, for the 2019-2020 general election, other members of the Management Committee of Tim Dominica, members of the United Workers' Party, Salibia constituency here present, members of the media, followers on the various social platforms listening to this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the United Workers' Party, Tim Dominica, I wish to welcome you to this historic unfolding event. We are here to present to the nation and the wider world the United Workers' Party, Tim Dominica, winning candidate in the Salibia Kanago constituency for the 2019-2020 general elections. Her name is Mistress Annette Sanford. Annette hails from the neighborhood of Sineku of the Kalinago territory, a region of Dominica most marginalized and denied of deserving and entitled social economic development for the past 2 decades. Mistress Annette Sanford replaces Dr. Worrell Sanford, who regrettably had to exit as a candidate for reasons he has clearly stated in the public domain. Mistress Sanford will from today join a formidable team of competent, experienced, trustworthy, and patriotic Dominicans under the capable leadership of the Honorable Leonard Linton, committed to rescuing our lovely nature island Dominica from the precipice of socio-economic decay and bad governance, resulting from incompetent leadership coupled with arrogance and greed. Your United Workers' Party Team Dominica will return and guide our beautiful country on a path of sustainable economic growth and social enhancement and the best practices of democratic governance. In recognition of her Kalinago gentle bravery and passion for success, driven by love for her people and country, I am therefore pleased to call on Dr. Worrell Sanford, an experienced and committed Kalinago advisor and mentor, to salute this exemplary youthful leader and incoming parliamentary representative for the Kalinago territory to give some brief remarks. Dr. Sanford.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to salute and say Mabrika to our supporters from the Salibe constituency, members of the media, so I didn't see you a while ago, our candidates, friends and supporters. I joined this race because I had and still have a passion. I wanted to be in the front line to rescue my country. But it didn't work out. For me, with that mission. However, God had better plans. When Annette told me that she was thinking of running for chief elections, it was about 3 weeks before that. 1 month before the chief elections, Annette told me, you know, I'm thinking of running for chief elections. What do you think? I thought about it briefly and I said, you would be an excellent candidate, but I think the time is too short. So why don't you prepare yourself for the next election? That is the next 5 years. And then, maybe a few days after, I heard that she was running. And I said, well, this is one brave woman. Yes. And I applaud her. Because it showed that she knows what she wants. Yes. That she knows what the community needs. And it shows that she has the courage and wisdom to go for what she thinks she has to go for at the time. And so here is Annette. She's soft-spoken. Don't let that fool you. I followed Annette's campaign on social media. I wasn't able to attend the public meetings, but Annette is one of the most brilliant women I have seen in the Kalinago territory. Even when I saw how she was coming out to the public, and I had not done that, I felt a little jealous. And I said, wow, I must talk to Annette. Annette has the interest of the country at heart. Annette will work for Dominica by working also for the Kalinago people, the people of Atkinson, Andrews, Concord, the Salive constituency. it is particularly important to have Annette run because I have seen her determination and the fact that I could not give my all. Annette is going to replace me, and I truly believe Annette is going to be a better candidate. Oh. I believe that. And I say this because the change that is happening in this country right now, despite what the other side tries, it is not of our making alone. Yeah. It's not of our making. There are times I have questioned my Savior, I have questioned the Almighty. I said, but why do you do things that way? Why do things have to be this way? I am seeing His hand in this.
Yes. Indeed.
I am seeing His hand in this. Annette didn't know she was going to run for PAL rep when she declared herself candidate for Kalinago chief. She didn't have a clue. And here she is. So she's gotten the baptism of fire that is required. So God was only preparing her. And so He set me there to hold the seat, to keep it warm for her. Yeah. Because He was training her to hold that position. And I honestly believe it. And that is how it's going to be. And she is going to win that seat. She will win that seat, and she must win that seat. Because we don't have an alternative. We don't have a choice. I had a newspaper, the Sun newspaper, that had Kozier's picture on there and all the red bacchanal and stuff like that. And I thought that Kozier belonged to the opposition. When I heard all the promises and all the promises and all these things, I'm saying, but this guy is speaking. I'm waiting to hear all the good things that the Labour Party has done for our Kalinago people and the Salida constituency. And I'm seeing promises and promises and promises. After 20 years, you come in with promises because they have nothing they have done for the Kalinago people. And all they have done is disrespected my people and the people of the Salida constituency. So that is why Annette is going to take up the mantle and correct this. You know, I heard about a loan facility. Don't you all remember when Roosevelt said that he was going to establish a loan facility for civil servants from the Kalinago territory and that we would be able to access it and build houses, etc.? Yes. Has anybody gotten any loans from that facility? No. Not one person. Promises again, lies and promises. And what happened to the duty-free zone that we're supposed to get? Did they speak about it in their launching of Kozier? They didn't. What about our health facilities that they never assisted us with? Or agriculture? You know what hurts me even more? Is that you remember when the word diaspora came on the ground? Everybody was diaspora and diaspora and diaspora. I thought it sounded awful. I don't like to use diaspora. I could find a better word. They came with the word resilience. And resilience and resilience. And then the Kalinago people, we have been the resilient people of this nation. Yes. We have been the resilient people of this nation. And what have we seen? You know what is happening right now? Roosevelt and Kozier have the gall to build one-bedroom plywood houses for our people, my Kalinago people. At this point, when they have Dorian is causing thousands of deaths in the Bahamas, and Maria destroyed Dominica, they're building plywood houses for my people, and they're saying that Dominica is building resilient houses. no washroom facilities, no kitchen, doesn't have electricity, on a block, a house sitting on a block, or on a brick, whichever way you call it. You know, there are so many things to talk about, but Annette will address those things. When I looked at the picture, the photo of Roosevelt sitting in his red shirt while Cozier was speaking, and while Irvin McIntyre was speaking, and Irvin, by the way, wants change, huh? And so he's an honest man. Doctors generally are honest people. So he wants change. And that change, he feels so deep inside, he couldn't contain it from coming out of his mouth. You know? And so I saw the picture of Roosevelt's skirt, and I felt a deep pity in my heart for him. Honestly, the body language tells you a lot. And Roosevelt looked like he had a ton of bricks laying on his shoulders. As a medical doctor, I can tell you, he can't be sleeping well. I wonder if he has acid reflux. That's a great possibility. I don't hate the man. I only want us to pray for him, that God will deliver him from his miseries. A normal person cannot be doing the things that Roosevelt is doing. So we need to pray for him, and when he leaves, when the United Workers' Party replaces the Dominican Labour Party, which is soon, we have to help him get some counseling, because I think there is an addiction. There may be an addiction to power, an addiction to money. You know, when you think of, does he have a bag of glue in his bag that he passes on his fingers all the time? And wherever he touches, he stick on his fingers? I don't know. Annette Sanford is going to fix, along with us, because we're going to support her.
Yes.
And I am going to be behind. Somebody told me about my pink shirt this morning. They said, well, Dr. Sanford, I heard you'll have a press conference. I said, yes, we have a press conference. So why are you wearing pink? I said, you're not seeing further than the pink? You're not seeing how the blue stripes are slicing through the pink? So it is very appropriate. It is very appropriate. And so, sometimes, when you go forward, folks, when you want to take a leap forward, what do? You take a step back. And you leap. That is what we're doing. We took a step back, and we're going to propel Annette forward to win this election. Because we have to win. We have to win it for our children.
Yes.
And sometimes, you know, one of the main reasons I wanted to be inside, in the front line, is because I could not understand what it is with politicians, the corrupt ones, that they cannot see the suffering of the people. Why would you have land, thousands and thousands of acres, yet you have farmers yearn for land to work hard to earn a decent living? Why are you having those taxes so high on people, and you have all these billions of dollars flying around and wasting? So I wanted to be in there to understand the psyche. How do they think? How is the thinking of somebody in power? And then you will tell me the experience. Because I won't be there now, you will tell me the experience. But we're going to support you. Because we want our children to have a good upbringing. We don't want our children to be begging. We don't want our children to be running to anybody every time they need something. We want the parents to have decent jobs. so they can buy stuff for the children. They can send them to school. They can give them a good diet. They can give them the health facilities that they require. And we can take care of our nurses and give them an increase in salary. And our policemen and treat them right, not be vindictive to them. Because you may say something that is not in tune with what the Prime Minister thinks. He will take you from Capuchin and send you to Kashaku as a means of punishment. And they don't expect this to come back to haunt them. It is haunting, this is what is haunting them right now. And that is why we are going to fix it. The United Workers' Party government is going to fix it. And so I want you to know, as my blue stripes are slicing through the pink shirt this morning, I want you to know that I am 100% behind Annette. 100% behind the United Workers' Party, because this is the only party that can liberate Dominica at this point in time. I have a bone to pick with our leader, Lennox Newton, in public. In public, I want everybody to know.
He can take it, he can take it.
I want him to tell me, what is it he did to Scarrett in private that Scarrett is so afraid of him? You haven't told me that. And there is nothing you can say to the contrary that will make me believe you. The man is afraid of our leader as though the man is globally holy water. He is supposedly so educated, he has double doctorate. Lennox has no degree, he says. Yet he won't sit with him. He won't sit and have a discussion with him because he's getting panic attacks once this man gets close to him. That is going to change. This country is going to get back on its feet again when the United Workers' Party gets into government. Because we have honest people in here. We have hard-working people in here. We have people who are qualified. We have people who are loving and caring, and people who have that passion to see our country move forward and to create a better place for everyone to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Warren Sanford. You understand that the clear understanding of the issues, the passion which he delivered, that it was a very difficult decision for him to exit from the race. But what we know now is that we have a very strong, formidable person, individual behind Annette Sanford to ensure that she brings home the Salvia constituency when the bell is rung. Ladies and gentlemen, presently the United Workers' Party Team Dominica has 4 formidable women in the persons of Honorable Monel Williams John Baptist, speaking right here, Francisca Joseph, right here, constituency. My next pal rep, candidate Ernie Lawrence Johnson, and the one that's going to melt the doctor, candidate for the 37th constituency. Formidable 4. It used to be formidable 5, but with the determination of a lot above, he took away one of them, Noreen John. Her soul continues to rest in peace. So Annette will be joining a team of very experienced, loving, and caring women. They will assist and guide her throughout the way. So it is my pleasure to call and let Honorable Monel Williams encourage.
say a special good morning to everyone here present, our political leader, our deputy political leader, former declared candidate for the Sanford for Sanford. Thank you so much, sir, for the commitment to Dominica even after your exit from elected parties. Today is a joyous day. I am elated to welcome another woman to the fold, and by fold I mean the political fraternity. Annette Sanford is strength. Annette Sanford, woman. Yes. This magnificent sister is a breath of fresh air for us in the United Workers' Party and Dominica by extension. I thank you, Annette, for stepping into the ring, and it is indeed a ring. There will be times when you will feel like jumping out, but this is when you stay your ground and show the critics what metal we women are made of. It is going to get personal and even downright dirty at times, especially for some unscrupulous people in Dominican politics. One in particular who speaks, or rather backs, from the opponent's platform. When the challenges come, we will face them together. I am sure that you will rise like a phoenix. I have what I needed to, and I am here for you. We are here for you. Yes. The women of workers embrace you today. We are a squadron of women and mothers determined to support our men and children, and we know that they have our backs as well. Team Dominica is really the best medium for people's development and growth, because I could not imagine a more suited candidate to represent the people's cause in the Salibia constituency. All respect to you, Dr. Sanford.
I agree.
Welcome on board the Victory Train, Annette. The people of the Salibia constituency should support your candidacy, because we know that you are the best equipped to serve them in the Parliament of the Commonwealth of Dominica. We are ready to hit the ground with you. Just see when.
Yes.
Thank you, Senator Manuel William John Baptist. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Joshua Francis, parliamentary representative for the Rosa South constituency, is a leading member of Team Dominica and deputy political leader of the United Workers' Party. He also hails from the Kalinago territory and will be a proud constituent of the incoming parliamentary representative, Annette Sanford. It is with great pleasure that I invite him to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. President, the Honorable Lennox Linton, parliamentarians, the President of the United Workers' Party, Mr. Isaac Baptist, fellow candidates, our incoming parliamentary representative for the Salibia constituency, Mrs. Annette Sanford, the outgoing candidate, Dr. Sanford. Good morning, and of course, members of the Salibia Constituency Association, guests, media, good morning. I'm honored to be here this morning to be part of a presentation of our incoming parliamentary representative for the Salibia constituency. Mrs. Annette Sanford is endowed with impeccable qualities. It's a glorious day indeed to present her as the next parliamentary representative for the Salibia constituency. The people of Antrizil, Atkinson, and the Kalinago territory indeed are very proud this morning to move from caring hands to more caring hands. Because the idea is we had a medical doctor, and doctors are known to be caring and to be loving and to have a lot of compassion. And we move from the doctor to the nurse. Yeah. From caring hands to more caring hands. And as Mr. Baptist said, I have dual citizenship, residence of constituency citizenship, and Kalinago territory citizenship. So this morning, I want to say that I'm very happy to note that unlike some people who were a little bit sad when Dr. Sanford decided to step out due to compelling family matters, I am very glad, and I'm sure everybody here is glad to know that the cause has not been lost. As Dr. Sanford said, victory will soar on the wings of eagles into the heavens in the Kalinago territory. The eagles will fly even higher now with the lady, Mrs. Annette Sanford. So with those few words, I just want to say that we must continue to support the United Workers' Party, support Mrs. Sanford, her constituency association, be behind her. The women of the United Workers' Party continue to stand tall and strong. This is not an easy road, but as has been said expressly and impliedly by the speakers before me, this is really God's work. And divine alignment is taking place in Dominica. You heard the pastor in Windsor Park saying that the waters are turning. Indeed, God is stirring the spirits in Dominica. And for those of us who trust and believe in the Almighty God, we have no doubt that when the bell is rung, not only Mrs. Annette Sanford will surface as the new parliamentary representative for the Kalinago territory, but the honest, strong and courageous leader of the United Workers' Party will also emerge as a new Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of America. So let us march on. Let us be loyal to the cause. Let us encourage each other. There are days when some of us may feel weak, and those of us who are strong in such hours must make the weak feel strong, and the strong feel stronger. So having said that, I just want to thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Francis. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here, and there is no better person to accompany Annette Sanford to this podium than Dr. Barbara Sanford himself. Annette Sanford.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have heard before this press conference many rumors. Now is the time to give out the information. Now is the time to set the record straight. So we're making a transition from myself onto somebody with a lot of potential. Somebody who has shown a care for her people, a care for us, done things, conducted training, did research, have had meetings exploring possibilities to get development for our people, even if she has not been in any of these public offices. It is my great pleasure and honor to be standing with Annette, to be standing by her side, and to present her as the candidate for the United Workers' Party at the upcoming general election and the next Minister of Kalinago Affairs, along with a real ministry in the government of the United Workers' Party. She is firm, she is dedicated, she means what she says, and she says what she means. Even if she has that soft tone, we are going to see the qualities unravel quickly, and you will get to know the kind of leader she is. I don't want to take more time from Annette. I know she has a lot of things to say to you. So Annette, Honorable Annette Thomas Sanford. My pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Sanford, for that wonderful introduction. The Honorable Annette Slater, political leader, all the United Workers' Party leaders, members of the Salivary Constituency Association, Kalinago people, supporters, family members, good day. The date, September 11, holds great significance in Western citizens. Because today, just about the same time, the Twin Towers in New York were destroyed. And hundreds of people lost their lives, including two of our people, Virgin Francis and Fitzroy St. Rose. So let's all pause for a moment in silence. Thank you. We are on the threshold of a new start, to a new fortune for Kalinago people of Dominica. Today, I stand here to declare myself as a new political candidate for the persons of the Salibia constituency, which comprise of the Atkinson, Antrizzo, and the Kalinago territory. I must say that I am very proud to be part of the great team, United Workers' Party. Thank you for inviting me to your fold and for accepting me as your candidate. I was deeply moved when the political leader, Mr. Leonard Slinton, committed to give back to the Kalinago people the $10 million that the outgoing government took from us. As a daughter of the Kalinago community, I have always been thrilled about initiatives which are geared to complete development of our reverend people and the safeguard of those unique indigenous communities which comprise of my constituency. I believe that the United Workers' Party idea of having the chief as a member of parliament is a step to going forward with the Kalinago people.
Yes.
The next Kalinago chief will not be a guest to anyone, but he will be able to speak on behalf of the Kalinago people and join his voice with me to bring development to our community. Kalinago people, I am indeed humbled for your confidence in me to represent you as your candidate for the Salivia constituency. Thank you. I can list many reasons why that my role here today will be justified. But instead, I will choose to list some of my plans for you, the Kalinago people, and Dominica by extension. I stand to serve. I stand because I believe that Antrizzo, Atkinson, and the Kalinago territory deserve more enlightened political leadership for this progressive era. And I sincerely believe that I am capable of providing this visionary leadership. The complex set of issues confronting the Salibia constituency requires unity of the people and a renewed commitment to self-help and collective action to realize meaningful development of the constituency. One of my first missions, if elected, is to construct a care facility for the Kalinago territory and Salibia constituency, which will also provide care for people of the East. 24-hour care to our elderlies and physically challenged. Yes. I was born in Senegal. I was raised in Senegal. I was schooled in the Kalinago territory. I also that I know that I'm an embodiment of the Kalinago struggle. I have served our communities as a healthcare provider with distinction, I can confess that. The invaluable experience I gained whilst working with our communities has given me strong familiarity with the social, political, and economic challenges confronting our people. It is therefore a travesty that our communities continue to be the most marginal of Dominica's communities. The marginal nature of our communities needs to be reversed, and the United Workers' Party government will definitely. Yes. In order to advance our communities in a measurable way, I believe we should use the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as a roadmap. My vision for the future of the constituency has been shaped by the realities on the ground, such as declining economic opportunities, a deficit in organized activities, including sports for young people, inadequate organization and preparation for climate-resilient development. To achieve these goals, I present the following blueprint for prosperity of our communities. These are a full revision of the CARIC Act to reflect the provisions of the United Nations Declarations on the Rights of Indigenous People and the outcome of document of the World Conference on Indigenous People. Creation of a financial institution that will provide grants and development finance to the Kalinago people. I will propose a larger contribution from the national budget of Dominica to the Kalinago people to address social needs and infrastructure. Expansion of the primary healthcare system with the requisite resources to reach every household in the constituency. Creation of youth centers in each of the communities to serve as places of recreation and creative learning outside schools. To enhance economic growth by supporting economic development initiatives that foster and promote the constituency as a model of tourism and a destination with guest houses, suitable fisheries, and agricultural processing. That's right. Revitalization of agriculture through climate-smart and sustainable agricultural practices, utilizing multi-crop production and harvest technologies. An enhanced commitment to support the creative energies in music. A lot of our young people are engaged in music. Don't have performing arts, cuisine, and other cultural pursuits. To orient our people to challenges posed by climate and to prepare for adaptation strategies in a manner that has the least negative impact. Enhance the participation of the Kalinago people in the international indigenous forum and build functional partnerships with governments, philanthropic organizations, and non-governmental organizations. From the framework that I have laid out, as you can see, this work cannot be done on my own. We need to work together. This campaign must be about us and what we can do to make up for this 20 years of lopsided development. My grassroots movement is about restoring our sense of unity, equal opportunity, a common purpose, and realizing we can change the old ways of doing things better. In this regard, my team and I shall be visiting every home in the Kalinago territory. United Workers' Party and my constituency team in this collective endeavor to bring real change to the Salivia constituency. I also ask for your support, your love, and most of all, your prayers. We need to pray. Yes. Let us help make the Salivia constituency constituency and Dominica a better place, because we have it in us to be better. We all deserve better.
Yes,
I hope that you can join me this afternoon at the Kalinago Barona Old Team as we go forward to inaugurate our new chief and council. I invite every one of you here and all the Kalinago people who may be listening. Please come out in large numbers so we can begin our work together. I thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard and listened to a synopsis, very comprehensive, very articulate, and very knowledgeable of the issues facing the Kalinago people, the first people of this country who have been marginalized over the last 20 years. So they can feel proud today that the incoming parliamentary representative, together with the chief to be inaugurated this afternoon, will put and create a new path for development for the Kalinago territory. Thank you, Annette. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Lennox Linton, leader of the United Workers' Party, Team Dominica, and incoming Prime Minister, is considered by many the watchdog of Dominica's public purse. A quality which makes him very trustworthy for the position of Prime Minister of our nature island. He is presently equipped with truckloads of patriots and bags in search of our unaccounted $1.2 billion out of our Citizens by Investment Fund. It therefore gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Linton to welcome our new candidate for the Kalinago territory.
It didn't happen. We're not contemporaries. I went to grammar school when I was 9 years old. 9. 5 plus 4. Candidates, Brother Totos. President, good to see you. Members of the media, our friends from the Kalinago territory, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am really pleased, overjoyed, honored to declare Annette Sanford as our candidate for the United Workers' Party Team Dominica in the upcoming general elections. I am really happy that Annette Sanford is joining this team for many reasons. We're a team of values. We stand on honesty, integrity, accountability. We stand on the value of caring. We stand on the value of pursuing excellence in all that we do, and in teamwork across our nation. What you heard of Annette and from Annette Sanford today, I think will easily satisfy you that she embodies these values. And that makes her an excellent strategic fit with the team. She is still. Like still waters, she runs deep.
Yes.
She is blessed, as you would see very clearly this morning, with common sense and uncommon courage. Uncommon courage because she's choosing, she's making a choice as to how she is going to serve her God and her country at this time in the political affairs of Dominica. And she has choices. Choices that include the opportunity to make a lot of money, to stand up for another party. And with all of those options, she has decided to stand for the Kalinago territory with the United Workers' Party, because she believes that the values that we share and that she embodies so well is what is going to carry Dominica forward. And she stands with those values. The value of honesty and accountability, which may not have been as present as it ought to have been in the governance of the past 20 years, which is why the Kalinago territory lost its $10 billion from Venezuela. Which is why the entire nation of Dominica now is talking about its $1.2 billion that was gone somewhere else. Annette, Sanford would have stood with all of those who are defending the disappearance of the $1.2 billion. She could have stood with those who couldn't care less about the Kalinago territory's $10 million US. She could have stood with those who say that Dominica has been last for too long in this world and behind in too many things. She could have stood with that crowd. The crowd led by a man who looks at the people of Dominica and said, I have health care available for my family. I can go overseas if I wish to give them the best care. I'm just asking you, what about you? And Annette Sanford has told you up front what is in her heart in terms of health care for the people of the Kalinago territory and how that can work out. Interestingly, she was introduced at the Kalinago territory event on Sunday at the other party, because the candidate for the other party laid out a list of problems that the party that caused them in the last 20 years cannot solve. So what you're saying is, look for who is going to provide solutions, and that is why we're here today. We outlined all the problems and the difficulties and the failures on Sunday, and I gave you today a very brief synopsis of the way forward in terms of solutions. And so I'm overjoyed to welcome her to the team. She will do well. She's a quintessential woman of faith. And she obviously loves what she does. She loves the people with whom she does it. And she loves the reasons for which she does it. And that will make her an excellent part of our team. So I want to thank the Kalinago territory for giving us this fine representative. I'm sure you're very proud of her, and you're very excited about what she will bring to the territory in terms of leadership for real change. This is a very significant moment in the affairs of Dominica. We all look forward to changing our circumstances and to creating the best place to live, the best place to work, and the best place to enjoy life. That is going to require our dedication as leaders to the task before us. And as the Lord continues to smile on our efforts, who would have thought that we could have moved from Dr. Morris Sanford, that everybody was so excited about and was going to win the seat, to Annette Sanford, who Dr. Sanford tells us now will win the seat even more easily than he would. Annette Sanford has been prepared for a time like this. And if you're following closely what has happened, and you look at the circumstances, you will share my conclusion. But I also want to say that part of the preparation involves Annette and Annette's family and the support that Annette gets from family. In terms of her husband, there is nobody else anywhere who is more prepared to give Annette Sanford the kind of support, the quality of support, the strength, the courage, the direction that she will need as she goes through this campaign. Claudia Sanford, my brother. Dr. Thomas, God bless you. She doesn't have just us. She has a powerful network of important people in the Kalinago territory who knows what she stands for, who knows what she's capable of, and who will be for every step of the way to ensure that the dreams of the Kalinago territory come true. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my joy, my honor to welcome into the fold of the United Workers'
Thank you, Honorable Lennox Linton, incoming Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, in the tradition of the United Workers' Party, we don't just speak to the people, we listen and speak with the people. So at this point in time, we'll take a few questions from the media here present.
It is.
What my surprise?
No questions? Stand up, please.
Question for the group.
If you represent the media, it'd be nice to speak. If you represent the media, it'd be good to.
No, I don't represent the media. I'm just a citizen. I was noting the only reason why Dr. Sanford could hand over, because this is strange to me, hand over the candidacy to Mrs. Sanford is because somehow we have managed to circumvent the laws of Dominica. Because if he was a candidate under the laws, a candidate is either rejected or accepted within 21 days. Because nomination day has to be 21 days before election. And somehow we have allowed the party in power to change that. And it has troubled me ever since, because I left Dominica in February last year, this year, just before it happened. And I was stunned when I heard there were candidates. And there was no dissolution of parliament. There was no writ of elections from the president. Nomination day had not been declared. And while I am happy that the UWP candidates have been introduced in a low-key fashion, I suspect something else is going on. And I don't understand why it was allowed to happen. Because if he had been a candidate within 21 days before the elections, and he would not be able to withdraw, which is why, for example, in times past, people get elected because even though they have died, because they are still on the ballot. but now you can get off the ballot even though you were never on the ballot. And so this might be the question that been going through my mind. Why was it allowed to happen?
United Workers' Party is a team of very diverse, wide range of professionals, and that kind of has the Honorable Dr. Francis, an attorney at law, if you wish to respond briefly to that observation.
Thank you, sir, for your question. But some of the things you mentioned, I'll just highlight them. Number one, the election date has not been declared. There has been no dissolution of parliament. And none of our candidates are contractually bound to stay in the race until and unless they will present themselves on nomination day. And even then, withdrawals can take place. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Any other questions?
Edison Fabian, I represent the Truth More on Cairo FM at 12 o'clock. My question to Mr. Dr. Sanford. There's some allegations that you are stepping down because your name has been tinted with some allegations with some young girl that you are charity. Is there any truth to that? And I have two other questions after that.
Dr. Sanford will answer, but I'm certain that the press release speaks for itself, but let Dr. Sanford.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I don't know what you're talking about. I have stated my reasons. The reasons are very clear that you could read them. So there is no truth to what these allegations. And I will hasten to say that the truth will come out about these allegations, and we will find out who was or who was behind them. I am waiting patiently. When we have a change in government, as we cannot get justice in the courts because we are opposition members, when the bell is rung and the United Workers' Party becomes the government, the truth about your question will come out. Be patient.
Mr. Honorable Leader of the Opposition, are you concerned of the fact that your candidate, Annette Sanford, has lost the council election and might be rejected by the people of the Kalinabo territory?
That is a valid question.
We have absolutely no concern about that. We are absolutely confident that Annette Sanford is the best candidate available to represent the people of the Kalinabo territory in the Parliament of Dominica at this time, and we move forward with her in confidence.
Based on the official results of that election, that is the Kalinabo chief election, Annette Sanford won the popular vote.
Yes.
It is something that happens in every election because there was some rejected ballot. That is why she is not the Kalinabo chief today.
Thanks a lot.
I'm just asking a question.
Because that's a different. Go ahead.
To the leaders, on the $1.2 billion that you mentioned a while ago, I understand that you have been sued by, or you will be sued or going to be sued by Prime Minister and MNC and also KPNC. Are you concerned about that? Can I clarify that question a little bit? When I said sued, not for asking the question, but for what you said on Friday night, for saying that the Prime Minister and MNC as politely or polluted to divert money from the treasury.
That's what it looks like to me. Because the Prime Minister said, if you didn't have the housing option, which is exclusive to him and MMC, then the budget would not have been $1 billion, it would have been $2.2 billion. If you do a simple arithmetical calculation and subtract 1 billion from 2.2 billion, you end up with $1.2 billion. That is the Prime Minister's estimation of the amount of money that ought to have been in the revenue, which went somewhere else. So I'm not concerned about it at all. I'm not concerned about any threats of lawsuits from wherever they will come from, because I stand on the truth about Dominica's interest in having Dominica's money work for the ordinary, the poor people of this Commonwealth of Dominica. It cannot be that on a single hotel project in the north, 2 gentlemen from somewhere else in the world can make off with $163 million EC on one project. And we sit down in Dominica asking the leader of the opposition questions about if he's scared of being sued. Do you have any idea what $163 million would do for so many people in Dominica? Have been facilitated by Roosevelt's Kenya to walk out of the Kempinski project, even before it welcomes its first guest, with $163 million of passport money. And we sit down wondering whether the leader of the opposition is afraid of getting sued. No, he's not.
Which begs the question. The investors invested $220,000 US in that project. If a few individuals have walked out with so much, what is the value of the investment that is now at the corporation? That's the question. Yes, Curtis?
Yes, my question is for the candidate. This is Sanford. I'd just like to find out how are you going to be different from the candidate of the Dominican Labour Party as you contest this upcoming elections? How are you going to be different? Are you hearing my voice?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you going to be different from the Dominican Labour Party candidate?
Well, I think I'm already different.
Are you going to be prepared to fill all 21 constituencies, candidates?
Yes.
If elections are being called next week, are you going to be prepared to fill all 21 constituencies?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So then who is your candidate for the Grand Prix?
The Republican of individuals. You know, Curtis, that you literally hunted me down to know who was the candidate for the Carnival television. Today you will know it. So when we give you the information at the appropriate time.
Yes.
Any other question? Well, let me thank you all. You are going to make a comment?
First, on what the leader of opposition said, the questions have been asked, those kind of questions have been asked when money is missing. Since I took the in August, I've been sitting among the guys on the block. And it's surprising to me that the Dominican people on the ground, whether the allegation is true or false, are not exercised about the fact that money is missing. And I'm wondering what is the party's plan to energize the people, because for some reason Dominicans don't understand what is happening in their country, or they don't care. And it bothers me because when the leaders, whoever wins the election, are gone, the country remains.
Yes.
And I'm more interested in the kind of people who are being led than the people who are qualified to lead. Because if you don't have a people who can be led, then it doesn't matter who's leading them. And I'm wondering what are the plans for the party to somehow increase the awareness of the people, because I don't have anything except BEF being discussed on the ground. And if people are moved by BEF, then the better man may not win the election.
People who know better do better. And in leadership, in political leadership, we have a responsibility to educate so that people know better in order to do better. I think the point you're raising probably has to do with the effectiveness of the work that is going on and how many people it's reaching and how far it's going. But it's a work that continues, because Dominicans at this point need to know and understand what is their country all about and where they fit in this whole question of growth and development, and realizing the dream of becoming the best place to live, the best place to go to, the best place to enjoy life. It involves them to a large extent. And in recognition of that, we are constantly communicating with the people of Dominica about the issues of governance that matter, about the issue of not just governance of the country, but issues of self-governance as well. And this whole question of challenging authority, challenging those who govern and questioning them and getting answers, it is something that we have to get better at, not just Lennox Linton, but the entire country. The money that we're talking about belongs to the people of Dominica. It doesn't belong to Skerry or to Lennox or to any politician personally. It belongs to all of us. And so all of us have that collective responsibility to insist that those who are responsible for the stewardship of the money must answer to us. It is our money. So what will that mean? It means that unless people understand what has happened and how that injures Dominica going forward, and what is their role to prevent that sort of injury or further injury being done to their country, and what they can do, what is it they can do, how can they stand, how can they stop it from happening, we are the ones who have that responsibility to keep on educating and keep on talking to people, and we just cannot stop. We must keep going. So our public meeting in Lagos on Friday night was about that education, was about that sensitization of people, getting them to understand what is going on so that they will know better and they will do better, because that's the confidence we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, that ends our press conference. Let me thank you all very much for being here and being attentive to the discuss. It is a challenging and difficult time in Dominica, but we must all stay focused on the objective and goal, and that objective is to save Dominica. We need it. The country belongs to all of us. It is unfortunate that we have been in a political campaign mode for almost more than a year, yet we do not know when election date is. Knowing in a country where politics defies right people. So, we all must be focused. We must all stay committed and loving to our country while we go forward and ensure that Dominica is saved from what we consider on this side to be an incompetent government. Thank you for all.
Amen.